the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Devin?
He's doing it all, DA. Thanks. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jackson.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustment.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Winslow in at the 3. And for the Suns, Bridges and Saric make up the forwards. Chris Paul is out there with Devin Booker. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step. And these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
A nice shot by Winslow.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge.
Now, here's Bridges. He points his last outing. Booker with no one around from outside off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Winslow. It's hauled in by the Suns.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Here's Saric. Good. A nice assist from Booker.
And right there you see Devin Booker's feel for the game. This guy knows exactly when to give it up.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. It's blocked.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
For 3, Booker sinks the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Winslow. And there's the pass to Morant. Shot clock at 5. And again, Memphis no good.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start. Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Here's Valanciunas, and the layup falls.
Kevin, I like the physicality on that play by Jonas Valanciunas. Simply powers through the contact, showing he can give it as well as take it.
Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Ball outside. And he banks in the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
There's Morant following the basket by Chris Paul. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Took the opportunity when he saw it. 6 points for Devin Booker.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
A nice shot by Booker.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
And checking out some numbers here for Chris Paul. Last season, he played outstanding. 3rd in assists, and his ability to pressure and disrupt defensively was obvious. He ranked 3rd in the league in steals.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists last year. He did a great job of setting the pace, finding the open man, making the simple delivery. Now here's Morant. No points in the game yet for him. 6 to shoot. No good again that time. Suns leading by 10. Inside, Paul. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Paul's got 6.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Brooks against Booker. Now here's Morant. Over Paul. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, at some point, you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made 1 basket in this period.
Now here's Šarić. A 12-point game. Passes it to Booker. Shoots it up. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stench, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a 3rd option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. 4th, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Now here's Morant, defended by Paul. To the left wing, here's Valanciunas. Some solid defense from Ayton.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Paul surveying the floor. Šarić outside. Bridges for 3. Second chance shot, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
And boy, are they attacking the paint. And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often. What's up?
And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
Now here's Booker, following the miss by Ja Morant. Bridges shot, good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely to the middle. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. They get it back. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
For Phoenix, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
What's up?
Think back to after the trade from Philadelphia, Dario Saric had a hard time getting settled in with Minnesota. They started him in a bench role, and it wasn't until he became a starter that you saw his productivity increase.
Now here's Morant. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Drops in the short one.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
And Doris with Saric coming off the bench is something he's done in the past. But he had better results as a starter last season.
It would appear to me he is much more comfortable as a starter. His shot seems to come a little bit easier. The floor spacing this young man provides is a huge plus for his team.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game. Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Paul. 6 points for him. And it's blocked.
Well, you see the insane vertical, the long arms. Morant impacts every aspect of the game.
Brooks against Ayton. Now Winslow. Some solid defense from Saric.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Well, free throw is good from Bridges. The Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And Ayton throws it down.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton so good at using his physical advantages.
And here's Morant. To the inside. Valanciunas finds Jackson. It's good. Paul with the ball. Pass to Baines. Now Bridges. Kicks it out to Paul. from 10 feet out, and the shot goes in. Paul's got 8 points.
Already, they piled up 8 second chance points.
On the wing, Winslow. Defended by Bridges. Tries again. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
No good from Booker. And the Grizzlies, they come in off the loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Great communication on the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Paul outside. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Boy, that's the length of Jonas Valanciunas on the defensive end. Not easy to get a shot over the 7-footer.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Paul. Following the basket by John Morant. Paul outside. Tries from 16. He can't hit that time. And Memphis the other way now. Knocks it loose. Booker against Winslow. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
A moment to check out DeAndre Ayton here. Coming off a terrific season. 10th in field goal percentage. And he did his share on the glass. Battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season. Top 10 in the league. His dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Here's Baines. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Ayton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Suns lead by 20.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Now here's Morant. Defended by Paul. Pass to Valanciunas. Over Ayton. No good from Valanciunas.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
Paul kicks to Booker. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Ayton. Yes, that goes in. Ayton's got 9.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
Now here's Morant. Defended by Paul. To the paint. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, Kevin, so much of the NBA is about pick-and-roll opportunities, and who better than Jonas Valanciunas to roll to the cup?
From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. We're at the end of the first quarter, and what a blowout already in this one. The Suns on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And for the Suns, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there, and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Brooks. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Anderson. Then it's Jones. Now here's Paul. Here's Kaminsky. To Paul. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Baines has got his first basket of the night.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Down low, here's Brooks, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Third is Chris Paul.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Now here's Jones. 9-point game his last outing. Misses from close range.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Jones. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Now here's Jones. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Brooks outside. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Brooks misses.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now here's Paul. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by over Anderson. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And it's Brooks in the corner. Bounce pass from Valanciunas. Defended by Booker. Back to Valanciunas over Paul. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got 6.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Baines, guarded by Valanciunas. Here's Kaminsky. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alder.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Offensive rebound, and it's Baines missing.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Brooks against Paul. Outside, Jones. His three-pointers off the mark. Suns leading by 18. Bridges, no one around him. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Memphis. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you, up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
And so here's Phoenix following the score by Memphis. Here's Paul. And Jones pulls it down.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Brooks. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Paul. Now Kaminsky. He kicks to Booker for the 3. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
You have to be able to think quickly and make great decisions, and in the catch and shoot, Devin Booker doing work.
Left side, Anderson. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 4th rebound in this one. Paul outside. Booker finds Paul. Offline with his 3. The Grizzlies trail by 19. The pass to Jones. Anderson right side. Out to the right wing. Lets the 3 fly. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 5 rebounds tonight. Bridges inside the 3-point line. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists now tonight. Jones looking for an opening. The drive by Brooks. No good on that one. Good D by Booker. To the paint. Here's Bridges, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
Shoot 2.
First one falls for him. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last Doris in 3-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
So he gets them both. Doris, great scoring is often reliant upon great football. And we hear coaches, don't we, talk about that all the time?
We really do, Kev. You look at a guy like Kyrie Irving, who at the point guard position is one of the great scorers. He's a clutch shooter. He doesn't go to the free throw line a lot, and it's because he's so elusive. Can finish left and right, puts a lot of English on his shots. DeMar DeRozan gets separation with incredible footwork, and maybe the best in the league right now in terms of his footwork. That tap dancing James Harden, which is just nearly impossible to check.
I love those names, and you're so right. And it's fun to watch. What a skill. Here's Booker after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Pulls up on the elbow. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, just such a crafty offensive talent. Devin Booker working the mid-range. What doesn't he do?
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Ayton's checked in for Phoenix. Johnson comes in for Bridges, then for the Grizzlies. Winslow's checked in for Kyle Anderson, and it's Morant in for Tyus Jones. Knocked away and taken away by Johnson. Here's Carter. Drops in the breakaway layup. Carter's got his first 2 points.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Clark. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And here's Carter. Booker outside. Back to Carter on the wing. Johnson. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. 17 points for Devin Booker.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here is Carter following the score by Memphis. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Passes to Johnson. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Justice Winslow. Last season's performance for him. He was around 12 points per game last year. 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Good on the bucket.
Don't you just love that mindset there? Stay one step ahead of the defense the whole time. Great approach.
Carter, the pass to Kaminsky. Back to Carter from past the arc. Good on the triple. Carter's got 5.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Morant with it. Carter on him. And it's Morant missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Johnson dishes to Carter. Pass to Kaminsky. Johnson for 3. That shot off the mark. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
Yeah, I thought the giveaways were a tremendous factor. They were taking some chances on D, jumping in the passing lanes, that sort of thing, and it really paid off for them.
For Phoenix, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Booker. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Now here's Winslow. He has 6 on the money from 12 feet away. Winslow's got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Carter with it. Inside. And it's Sharch. That time on the assist by Carter.
Well, because of his size and length, Dario Saric so comfortable on the interior.
Now here's Morant. He's tightly guarded. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Now here's Morant. Looking to end his cold spell. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Just superior focus from Morant. His determination is what allows him to convert. through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That's good from Morant.
And the potential of Morant is sky high. A dynamic guard. He plays with a Russell Westbrook type edge and intense on both ends.
And the dunk by Booker.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Morant. 7 points in the game. Brooks outside. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 21 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
As we know, Devin Booker's a complete scorer, equally adept off the dribble and off the catch and shoot. Obviously, he has the range, but just when you overplay him, that's when he gets to the rim.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Sharge and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Booker and Bridges are the wings. And it's Paul in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Free throw line jump shot. Bucket is good. Paul's got the first bucket of the third here for Phoenix.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Bridges passes to Ayton. Over Morant and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Ayton's got 11 points.
This guy's so effective. DeAndre Ayton will take the mid-range if you concede it.
And that one's good. Morant.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now, here's Bridges. Pass to Booker. 4 on the shot clock. Over Brooks. And Winslow pulls it down. The Grizzlies shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. The offensive rebound. And that one's good. Morant.
An awesome rebounder at that position. The energy level Morant puts forth on the glass is tremendous.
Here's Bridges. He's got 10. Booker looking around. Out left to the wing. kicks to Booker. Shot from the top of the key, and he hits the jump shot. Booker's got 23 points.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Now here's Morant. 11 points in the game. Brooks outside. There's the pass to Valanciunas. Over Saric, and it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Brooks. Brooks has got his 3rd assist on the night. Al Paul. Saric outside. He kicks to Bridges. Passes it to Ayton. Over Valanciunas. Misses off the left iron.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Now here's Morant. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
To the inside, Brooks goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Brooks has got 6.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude, like how Morant just recognized the open man, and the ball is right there.
And it's Memphis on the break. Brooks has got the ball. He goes up again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Brooks has got 4 points in the quarter.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
In the corner, it's Bridges. Off target from outside. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint, and of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Ayton finds Paul. Hits it from three-point range. 13 points in the game.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
Morant passes to Jackson. There's the dish to Valanciunas. Back to Jackson. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Ayton. Now here's Paul. Defense is right there. That one goes in.
Kev, just great instincts. He knows what to do when he gets near the rim. Love to watch this guy work.
Now here's Morant, defended by Paul. The shot's good. And that's now 6 points for Jaren Jackson.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
Paul kicks to Bridges. Pass to Ayton. To the middle. Here's Booker. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
There are few people in the league that are more scary when they start to find their rhythm than Devin Booker, and he's cooking right now.
Now here's Winslow. 8 points for him. Count it. Good. Winslow's got 10 points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Saric up top, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Ayton. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Booker draws the double. The pass to Bridges. Phoenix keeping it alive with a new 14. And that one's good, Ayton.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year combo from the get-go, is available, you have to take it. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
Diallo, he's checked in for Dario Saric. And Memphis also making a switch. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Grizzlies have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Here's Jackson. A second chance effort. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Jackson. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
And here are the Grizzlies now, following the score by Phoenix. On the wing, Jackson. Over Diallo. And it comes off the front of the rim. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Phoenix. Pass to Booker. Stolen by Jackson. And here's Morant. He's got 11. From 10 feet out, and he hits the jumper for 2. Morant's got 6 points in the quarter.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Diallo with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Inside, Paul. It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Brooks. 8 points for him. Now here's Winslow. Back to Brooks. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Morant missing. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Booker. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And that's 31 points for Devin Booker. Here's Morant. The shot, no good. Paul with the defensive effort. Here's Bridges trying to get open as Brooks. Bridges' shot, good. Bridges got 12 points in the game.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Now here's Morant, defended by Paul. The Grizzlies with another miss.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And a quick look at how the Suns' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Free throw good, Booker.
Well, I think we know that Devin Booker is known for his shooting, but to me, guys, there's also the passing and the rebounding aspect that comes into play with him.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Aaron Baines comes in for Ayton, and it's Johnson in for Mikal Bridges. The Grizzlies also making a change. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Justice Winslow. And he makes both free throws. Now Morant. He's got 13. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
outside. He can't get that one to fall. So Phoenix will take it the other way. And here is Paul. And he drops it in from the low post. Paul's got 9 points here in the second half. Outside, Jones. Morant with it. To stop the run. Lays it up and banks it in. Morant's got 8 points in the quarter.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected. 3 turnovers in the quarter alone, a bad stretch, and they can't win this game without better play from him.
Jones against Johnson. Jones, no luck. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Paul. Rebound by Chang.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Brooks kicks to Jones. There's 1:38 left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Morant dishes to Brooks. It's hauled in by the Suns. Booker draws the double. Step back and squared up. Booker's got 35 in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Morant. He's got 15. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morant's got 17.
Well, this quarter has been all about this guy. He is trying to close the gap in the score.
Diallo finds Johnson. Paul outside. Fires from 14. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Morant. D right on him. Paul with the steal. Here's Diallo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jaren Jackson. The Suns haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. The first one falls, and the Grizzlies with some changes. Clark comes in for Jackson, and it's Anderson in for Brooks. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Morant with it. He's guarded by Booker. Makes it off the glass. 19 points for John Morant.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Here's Booker. He has 35. Just 3 on the clock. Here's Diallo. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We've got more in store for you right after this. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Suns shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Clark is out there with Anderson. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then it's Jones. Baines has gone 2 of 4 from the field. Johnson against Anderson. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
Diallo the pass to Johnson. Here's a Kobo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. No good there. And for Memphis, they're shooting for the game at 42%. Down low. And that one's good by Clark.
You got to know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Diallo. Johnson, a wide open look, and he hits the jump shot. Johnson's got his first points of the night. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Outside, Jones. Pass to Clark. Baines with the block. Carter against Jones. Diallo. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
Well, get it inside to a quality scorer and let this guy do his thing.
Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Memphis moving it around. Clark, the pass to Anderson. Dishes to Jones. Jang inside. Baines is there. Phoenix has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Here's Carter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the first one drops. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Clark.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
And so Clark nails both of them. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Reed, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Pass to Clark. Back to Jones. 5 to shoot. All alone. Count the basket. Now here is Carter. And the pass to Diallo. Kicks it to Johnson. To the inside. And stolen by Jang. Carter against Jones. Passes it to Clark. Shot clock at 6. Over to the left wing. Jones from outside. Drills it from outside. Jones has got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Here's Reed. Pass to Okobo. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jones against Carter. Jones dishes to Jang, and it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, this is the passion we talk about with Gorgui Dieng. Takes the hit, puts it down right in the defender's face.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Good on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, Greg, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Phoenix able to drain the 3. Jones against Carter. Jones, no luck. Suns have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the 4th quarter. From 13, connects, the jumper drops.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Now here's Jang. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
That free throw, good from Jang. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. Johnson can't hit.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Chang. Here's Melton. Jackson passes to Jones. Now the pass to Tolliver. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Suns. Diallo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Johnson surveying the floor. That shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Melton, no good. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Suns. Here's a Kobo, and it's blocked. Jackson has the open look. No good on the triple. Phoenix has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Passes it to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a 3-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about 4-peat.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Following the missed shot by Tyus Jones, Reed gets the bucket.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Now Jones, outside Jackson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
Well, this guy is developing more and more of an interior game, and I like watching Josh Jackson convert this close to the cup.
Here's a Kobo, defended by Jones. Johnson outside. Pass to a Kobo. Over Jones. Offensive rebound. Chalk up 2 there.
And the D getting out work there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Outside Jackson. Releases. Here's Chang. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
At times, it seems to me, Zhang doesn't get a whole lot of respect from the officials, but drew that foul.
Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Suns.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Devin Booker.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
So it's Phoenix now after Josh Jackson hitting the three. Here's Reed. Jang defending. Back to Johnson. Reed the pass to Johnson over Jackson. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. He kicks it to Tolliver. Ball stolen. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the side. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.